Who here golfs? Who here tries? Okay. Before you ever golfed, before you ever went out there, did you kind of just think in your mind, how tough can this be? Come on. It's a little teeny ball. You got a big flat thing. I just don't understand why people are getting so weird about this. How tough can this be? We were totally unconscious about how incompetent we were. So we go out, and what happens? We become conscious of our incompetence very quickly. And that's where most of us quit. You go do that one golf tournament and you're thinking, oh man, this is harder than I thought. And someone's saying, Tim, you just need a few lessons and you too will be able to golf. So what happens is that's our discomfort zone, our discomfort line. And with leadership ability to create empowerment for other people, this is usually where we quit. Okay, you heard a few good ideas. Have you gotten some good ideas so far in this day and a half? Yeah, great. Now, when you go to implement them and it gets uncomfortable and it doesn't work as well as you think it should right off, this is where we bail. This is where we go back to how it was, where it was comfortable, where I knew how to do it. Okay? And that's the challenge. How do we move off being conscious of our incompetence and this huge drive to go back to our comfort zone, where we feel like we are competent managers, competent leaders, competent team leaders, okay? Is to push ourselves to that next step where we become conscious in our competence. I'm going to introduce in a little while the second model about how do you take people from where they are and give them more and more empowerment at a level where you feel safe in giving that empowerment and they feel confident in taking it. That is a process you need to practice if you're going to become competent at it. But sometimes when we start doing things that are new, that are uncomfortable, that we know are really good ideas, but, oh, geez, you know, this is a lot harder than how I used to do it. Sure, we weren't getting the results the old way, but at least I was comfortable with my lack of results. So after we practice a little while, what happens? We become unconscious in our competence. That is why we can drive cars to work and get there and go, oh, geez, I didn't even, it's just like that quick. If you think about the first time you learned how to drive a car, I learned on a standard grain truck. And the whole lift this, push that, look in the back mirror, make sure you haven't killed a gopher. But in a sense, it was very conscious as I went through that learning process, and after a while, it became unconscious. So when you learned how to drive a car, when you were first learning how to drive it, the first time you go, how hard can this be? Dad does it. Right? We were unconscious that driving a car took skill. And then we became conscious of our incompetence as soon as we hit something. And over time, we were very conscious of how we were driving. We were safe drivers, but man, we were focusing. Oh, did we have to focus? Oh, there's the yellow line. I can see it through that back mirror, right? And then over time, it's very habitual. And so what we want to do is to get to that point where being a leader is habitual. You are already habitual in how you are leading now. The question is it working for you? If it's working for you, congratulations, but I have never met a leader who says, I am the best leader I can be. I have the most insight I could possibly have. I am as courageous as I can be. I am self-disciplined as I can be, and I have the most fabulous influencing skills on the planet. Because they are lying to themselves and they're lying to me. So the question is, how much do you want to try? How quickly do you want to learn? And to what effort do you want to put that in at what time? And we're going to talk about that, making a few choices as to what you want to work on your leadership path to becoming the leader that you want to make of yourself.